So last time you found yourselves clearing house effectively within the remnants of Kolot Towers. Um, this process brought you eventually, I believe this was the fourth floor of the second tower, where you fought yourselves a spectator, which is a bit of a beholder looking creature, but it had these flying snakes around it, one for each of the eye stalks on its body, that when one of the snakes was defeated, killed, however you'd like to phrase it, um, a tether, some sort of invisible tether between the two, disappeared and it was unable to use its eye beams any further. Upon the death of this creature, you found yourselves in this teleportation room with several different objects around, and I'll just give you a quick description of the room once again, and that will be our jumping off point. Runes inscribed on the floor form a large, faintly glowing circle. Five wooden chests with sturdy padlocks rest against the walls. The remains of the spectator lie in the middle of the room. The snakes themselves dissipated entirely, leaving nothing but snake skin behind, which in the ensuing battle has been trampled upon and strewn across the floor into bits of dust, effectively, at this point. Um, so you guys are all in this room. What would you like to do?
I'll put my head together with Alistair, figure out the
Open the
best way to
chest. Open the
go about
chest.
these chests.
Yeah, Alistair is
Thinking
just
maybe we use Mage Hand to jiggle the locks of each one to see if they're trapped.
Alistair just kind of like snaps his fingers and uses his mage hand, and he's like, "Yeah, something like that." He's like, "How about we back up a little bit first?" And he kind of just creeps around the stairs, like looking up with his head over.
Yeah, let's all get back around the staircase. I'll start from the right. You start from the left. Meet in the middle.
Sure.
I'm guessing I'm this ogre here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, and Aerith, do you want to go down on the stairs as well with everyone?
Go down on the stairs?
Yeah,
We're taking
everybody's
cover in case there's traps.
Okay, taking cover, sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand directly behind Victor.
okay. Um, so the mage hand.
Mhm.
Just gonna move Aerith there. Okay, so this is the first chest. It actually has the picture of an anvil carved onto its lid. Um, mage hand reaches to open the chest. It touches the padlock, but fails to open the chest.
Can I tell if there's traps or anything, or just locked?
It appears just locked at this time. The movement of the padlock by the mage hand did not set off any traps.
So Volknar looks at Zusanu and he's like, "You want me to take care of this?"
Let's check all of them first, and then we'll open them.
Yeah. Alistair is examining the chest for traps from afar.
Okay. Um, each chest having its own padlock on it seems to react in a similar manner as the mage hand moves throughout the room, touching each chest, attempting to open it. It fails to do so. Um, the second chest has iron bands. The third has tiny clawed feet. The fourth has a flat lid with a city scene painted on it. The fifth is inlaid with silver and topped with a silver statuette of a rearing hippogriff. But each
Alistair
of them is locked.
Alistair tosses his thieves' tools to his mage hand. He's gonna try to open this one first.
Sure, go ahead and roll for it.
Okay. So that sleight of hand.
Yeah,
Okay.
or whatever. It would be dexterity plus your proficiency bonus. So
Ooh.
18.
right. Um. So the mage hand is able to effectively use the tools. As it does so, um, on which one are you doing this on? The second chest.
This one
This
here.
one. Let's mage hand down here for a moment. Um,
The fifth one.
Or the first one.
so The padlock disappears as you attempt to pick it.
That might be concerning.
All right. So I try to lift the lid with the mage hand.
It will not open.
Huh. Alistair turns his head. He's like, "What's going on here?" And goes to get a closer look.
It is still locked in some way. You cannot tell how it is locked at this time.
Alistair kind of like puts his boot on top of it and tries to move it back and forth to see if it's like stuck to the ground.
It is not. You could pick up the chest if you so wished.
Alistair picks it up and hands it to Volknar, and then
Okay.
he points up and he says, "I want you to toss it up as high as you can and let it smash on the ground."
Okay.
Sounds
Volknar,
good
do
to
you
me.
acquiesce?
I will oblige.
Go ahead and roll just like a strength check, just to see how high you can get it.
15.
It's a pretty heavy chest. We're talking 40, maybe 50 pounds. You're still able to lop it up pretty well. It comes crashing down in the center of the room. Go ahead and roll me 2d6.
Me? Anybody?
Anyone?
I got it.
Oh, okay.
It was 6.
It does not burst open. It does appear damaged. And sorry, you did this one with the hippogriff statue on it.
Yep.
Roll me a d4.
Okay. Might be breaking stuff inside of it.
You got lucky and it landed upright, so the hippogriff statue is actually okay in this instance.
Huh.
How heavy was the chest?
It's like
Volknar?
40 to 50 pounds.
Oh, all right.
So I wanna look to Victor. I'll be like, "Yo, wrestling boy, wanna give me a hand with this, and we'll throw it up together."
Sure.
Wait, no. Let's instead of doing that, because that's just gonna like break everything.
Yes.
Is-
Can we hear when it was like smashing on the ground? Can we hear any sort of indication of what might have been inside? Like it sounded like there could have been glass.
In this instance, ooh, does everyone have a passive perception above 10?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you would have heard breaking glass in this.
Alistair kind of
Oh,
grimaces and he's like,
yeah.
"Fuck." He's like, "All right, no more of that."
Just throwing it out
um,
there. If we divvy up what's in the bag of holding, all of these chests would fit in the bag, and we could just take them.
Alistair's like, "Well, maybe if it wasn't already full of books, it wouldn't have been a problem before."
Hey, I didn't know we'd have to take 5 chests out of here. You know, I was just collecting my stuff.
do we still have any sort of like necklaces or wristbands from the guards of some sort? What were those things?
You definitely have at
Rings.
least 3 rings.
The rings. Do those maybe those have anything to do with these special locks?
Or
If
maybe
you said
should
that
we?
if you said
we
that
could probably
out
leave-
loud, Alistair would probably grab his ring and then look for some sort of key on the chest to see if it would fit anywhere to open, like a keyhole.
Make a perception check.
Dirty 20.
There is no location for like a ring, the signet rings to imprint upon the chest. It's funny. The more you look at these chests, the more you realize you have no idea how they are staying closed. Considering you can find where the lid is, you can find like the little gap, but none of them open. There's no keyhole. There's no buttons, and you've looked over at least one of these chests quite thoroughly at this point, Alistair. You've seen
Yeah.
it tossed in the air. You've heard something break inside, glass shattering inside of this one at least.
Mhm.
In general, you are unsure of how these are supposed to open.
Alistair
Wait,
kind
are
of.
we in a rush? I can detect magic.
Anyway, before that, Alistair sort of, for the first time, you see him like turn around and look at you guys, and he looks puzzled. Like you've never really seen him like look like this. And then he kind of like puts his boot back on it, and then he like snaps his fingers and he's like, I think there's some kind of magical seal here, boys. And then he like looks to everybody. He's like, do we know how to break that? He's like, I've never encountered anything like it.
Volkner is just like, do you got any magic people to know about this? And he looks at Harry, and he's like, should we call Vashra?
I don't know how to call Vajra.
Yo, you got an excuse to talk to her, dude. Use it.
She already said she'd be busy last time we spoke.
Yeah, she's heading out.
Yeah, the keys are probably just in another room or on the other side of this teleporter.
Alistair nods. He's like, that's what I'm thinking. I think the master of this tower is the one who created these seals. And if he were to fall, perhaps the seals would fall.
Or at least he'd have the keys on him.
Yeah.
How much of the rest of this place? Like, have we already been in like every other room? Like, how much have we explored this little dungeon area?
We probably wouldn't know that answer.
Sorry, are you asking me or are you guys asking each other?
Well,
I was asking like the group.
I think
Okay.
we checked everything. I don't think there was a stone left unturned. We didn't.
Alistair would say, I think we've pretty much explored this place pretty thoroughly. We may have missed a few things here and there, but for the most part, I think we've searched almost everywhere.
Well, through the teleporter then. Get those
And,
rings, boys. Let's all get in a circle.
Alistair grabs his ring and like puts it in his pocket real quick. And he's like, hold on, before we do that. And he looks at the lads. Everybody's bloodied, bruised. It's been a long day. It's like maybe we ought to take a little break before we jump in there.
You think I like a long rest?
I mean, if we've cleared this place, it might not be the worst idea. And he's like, it seems like we have a pretty secure room right here.
Should we send one of the bird people to go check on Grub Grub? Make sure the bar is
He'll
doing
be
all right?
fine. He'll be fine. I mean, we could take shifts, you know. In case anything did happen, someone would be awake, and we wake up the group. We'd be ready for it.
Long rest in the heart of the dungeon.
Yeah.
What about
What
just
could
like
go wrong?
what about just like a short rest?
I mean, I feel like most people need the long though.
Yeah, I need the long. I only have one rage left.
I just feel like we wouldn't be sit around for 6 hours. or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
that feels weird to just like sit for 8 hours in this like the top of the dungeon
Eat.
after just murdering everyone.
Sleep for 8 hours.
Knowing the boss is on the other side of this teleporter.
I mean, if you want to, go to the fight with one arm tied behind your back, then sure, let's do it.
I mean, my guy's got full everything from the last short rest.
Not everybody recovers spell slots on short rest like you.
Hey, be cool, like a warlock. I don't know, long rest just feels out of place.
All right. How about we put it to a vote then?
My vote is long rest.
All right. We got 2 for long rest. And he looks around. Anybody else?
Well, how many more moves do you have, Aerith?
I think 1.
Oh, actually, I have no rages left. All my rages are done.
I'm down for a long rest.
3 for long rest.
I feel like
Alistair
right now.
looks to Zeus and he's like, I know it's a big risk, but
All right,
think about the
Long rest it
reward
is.
if we succeed in this rest.
Right now, our 2 damage dealers need the long rest.
Long rest it is then. And while we're long resting, I'm gonna do identify and detect magic on the chests.
Okay. Which one are you doing first?
Just do identify because it might save you to detect magic. So you'll learn what it is.
I mean, they're both free. We're doing a long rest. Why not just do both? This one right in front of me.
Okay. Identify causes the spell to return with information that is maybe confusing, and yet it could be enlightening. There is an arcane lock spell that has been cast upon this chest.
Oh, we know that one.
Yeah, we have it.
Oh, so it's a key word to open, right?
It can be.
So you can how does this go? So you touch something, it becomes locked for the duration. The duration is until dispelled. You and the creatures you designate can open it normally. You could also set a password, but you don't have to set a password.
Ah,
That suppresses the lock. Otherwise, it is impassable until it is broken, dispelled, or suppressed. Casting knock on the object suppresses arcane lock for 10 minutes.
Does anyone have knock?
No.
everyone in the room looks to Harry. He's like, "Wouldn't it be you, Mr. Wizard?"
I do not. Haven't come across that one yet.
So it sounds like we gotta kill the boss.
We have
Who
dispel
most
magic.
likely.
And then, or Alistair puts his leg back on the basically broken chest. He's like, "Oh, kill the chest," and smiles, and everything inside of it.
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, either way, it doesn't seem like we're gonna get them open without facing this this fellow at the end of this portal."
Let's finish this long rest and get going through the portal.
Okay, here's where I'm going to jump in. Before anybody does a long rest, are you setting a watch or not setting a watch?
Oh hell yeah, we are.
Oh yeah, yeah. Do watch.
We're in the heart of the Death Star. We're most certainly watching.
No individual besides Alistair can take more than a 2-hour watch and get the benefits of a full rest. How would you like to divvy up the time?
Alistair would offer to take the first, and I suppose second shift, since if I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah, you can take effectively only 4 hours of sleep, so that would be fine.
And
But not
Zeus and
not by myself though. I'd ask somebody to join me for each of them. At least one
if
person.
Zeus is fully loaded, he should just be
Yeah,
watching and
I
not
can take one
resting
of the
as much as
watches.
he needs to.
I'll take first watch with Alistair.
Okay.
Victor will do second.
Okay.
Then I go to sleep or meditate. And we'll have 2 more people do the last watch.
Harry will do the last one.
And so for the third one, is it either Aerith or Volknar?
I'll do
Is
it.
that right? Okay. So, first watch. Can I please get perception checks from the both of you?
Aye, Captain. 15 or 19.
That's good enough. Let's do a roll. Can I also get a D20 roll?
So just a D20.
Just a D20. Yep.
I did random dice earlier. If you want to do the honors, Zeus and you.
All right. Nat 1.
Ooh,
Oof.
that could be
Okay.
really good or really bad.
Nothing happens during your watch. You don't hear any footsteps from down below, for example. Nobody comes through the portal. The lot of you are able to take comfortable 2 hours of rest during this time frame. Zeusnu, you are able to slink off to relieve, and you are relieved by, I believe it was Victor. Is that right?
Yep.
Perception check
Oh,
for
actually,
you.
can
Victor.
I while we were hanging out, could I have been casting identify on any of the other
Yeah, totally.
Because we got like a decent amount of stuff, so I guess I'd
Yeah.
go through and identify whatever I had time to.
And I would have cast Find Familiar in the first rest, just to burn it before I get my other ones, all my slots back.
Okay.
'Cause that takes like an hour to cast, right?
Find familiar.
I think so.
I thought it was like 10 minutes.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah, I
I'm
could be
wrong.
wrong. Let's see. Casting time 1 hour.
Oh wow. All right. Zeusnu, what in particular are you identifying?
Whatever. What's like our list of stuff we've gotten so far?
Would it be?
You should be
Um,
keeping track of your stuff.
Not sure what list of stuff in particular you mean.
Yeah.
Well, Alistair's got like a whole bunch of stuff, doesn't he?
I
Let's
have a
start
s-
identifying some of that.
I have a-
All I found so far is the spell book. Like other people have the other shit.
That's all I have too, man. I have a spell book, and
Do you
I have
mean
a
like the arcane focuses?
yeah. There's like
Yeah.
there's a bunch of junk. It's like raw components for magical items.
Oh, so like nothing worth identifying.
Nah, not really.
I think we're good.
Yeah. I guess I would just do find a familiar too, same as Alistair. Is it really an hour? I thought it was way faster.
It's an hour.
Oh damn, 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Okay. Let's pass it off to Victor for a quick roll for perception then.
8.
I'm also
Okay.
awake. Should I, if I need to roll?
No, your roll is actually good for both of them, Alistair. Once again, no sound emanates from down below. Nobody comes through the teleportation circle. It's pretty calm. The two of you hand off the watch to. Is it Harry?
Harry and
Uh,
Aerith.
yep.
Then when Alistair goes to meditate, he looks to Harry and says, "Take care of my friend for me, will you?" And then the bird goes over and lands on Harry's shoulder.
Okay. And
Alright.
if you would like, you can have the bird roll a perception check as well.
Sure.
Harry got a 13.
I'm not sure what the bird's perception is. I have to figure out. 1 sec.
Wisdom.
Well, I know it has advantage on perception, but I just want to figure out what its modifier is and stuff.
Is it an owl?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Perception for.
It's
got a
actually got a
+2.
+2. Yeah. A +3.
Okay, +3. All right. So I'll just do 2 d20s, and then one of them will have the +3. Oh, one was a nat 20, so
All right. At one point, the owl sort of cocks its head, looking down the stairs. But Harry, you don't hear anything necessarily down the stairs. If the owl has heard something, you suspect it's from further beyond within the towers. You watch the stairs quite intently. 5 minutes goes by, 10, 15. The owl seems to relax once more, puts its head under its wing again. Nothing seems to occur.
Alright.
so is that it? We done?
And then there's one more for Aerith.
Narrative, yeah.
Go ahead and roll perception.
$17.
It's all quiet during your watch. You notice in different portions of your watch that some of the dust in this room seems to really be focused around and behind the chests, as if the chests are not touched very frequently. But there is a lack of dust in general to the stairs and then away from the teleportation circle. You all wake up fresh from your long rest. If you've not yet done so, go ahead and do that in your character sheet, and we will move on to the next bit.
Button pressed.
Boom.
All right, so Alistair, when he was like kind of crouched in or not crouched, he's doing the sitting Indian style, meditating. He wakes up, like eyes roll from the back of his head, and the owl like instantly flies over to him, lands on his shoulder, and he stretches. He's like, "How'd it go, boys? Did I miss anything?"
No, you missed nothing.
That's good. He kind of rubs the owl underneath its chin. And he's like, all right. And then he stands up and kind of starts stretching. He's like, you guys ready?
Ready.
Volknar
do it.
yawns. He's like, I'm ready.
All right. Before he does that, Alistair kind of just like stands in place and flexes for a minute, and you see this dark energy begin to emanate from around him. And then he kind of holds his fist out, and you see it all concentrate on his fists. He smashes it against his chest, and then his like eyes kind of light up. And so that's him casting False Life. And now I have 6 temp HP.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast my my buff too. Armor of Agathis.
Harry's casting mage armor.
And step into the teleportation circle.
Okay. Unless there's anything else anyone wants to do, give a shout. Otherwise, 3, 2, 1.
The suspense is killing me.
The
I'm at
load.
loading.
You guys should be available to see your characters. I don't have the owl or the weasel, so you'll have to toss those in yourselves. But
Oh man, this place looks cool already, and we haven't seen shit.
let me know if you guys are all available in the map.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise,
I'm in.
okay. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm there.
Perfect. There is a teleportation circle inscribed on an alabaster floor beneath you. That's the very first thing you see as you arrive in this room. Teleportation circle, you're able to just activate the rings. You sort of just think about it, and you can feel the pull of the ring. And it actually only takes one of you to do this. So the light sort of shines up through the floor and beams you to this location. And as the light dissipates, you notice the alabaster floor, and you can look around and you see that the ceiling and the 3 walls to the west, north, and east are made of relatively thick sheets of transparent glass, beyond which you can see swirling purple mist that fills a void, an infinity. It's unclear. There is one wall made of alabaster to your south, and it has a large iron door set into it. So that iron door would be in that sort of alcove down here. To your east, you can see a black-robed female human with a bald, scarred head, and she quickly begins to put up her hood as she sees you all arriving and you notice her. She had been looking in your direction through a window in her room, and you can see her step away momentarily out
Esther.
of line of sight.
Oh, no, never mind. She's gone then. Forget it.
I mean, I can still get her with the message cantrip. I think
She's out of line of sight now.
doesn't matter.
Message needs to be able to. It can go like through and around doors, but it has like limited range.
It just says you point your finger toward a creature within range. What's the DM say?
So she leaves and then comes back. Would you like to try to message her?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to say to her?
So I'd step to the window, and I'd say, "I'm Zeusnu of Prestige Worldwide. We're looking for the master of this tower. Do you know where we can find him?"
And she looks surprised at the message and goes, I was about to do the same to you. So it's good to see that you have the capabilities as well. Your gracious host is on the way and looks forward to meeting you. Give him a moment. He should be unlocking the doors shortly. And you can see her standing there waiting patiently for a moment.
Alistair, watching Zeusnu talk to her, he casts minor illusion to create a rose in his hand and tries to catch eyes with this lady.
Go ahead and just do a general charisma check.
Charisma. 11.
Okay. You can see that she simply cocks an eyebrow at it, turns away, and after about 60 seconds, the door to your south opens. I will reveal this area for you.
Alistair drops the rose on the ground. It disappears by the time it reaches the ground.
Are we going in like guns blazing? Or are we gonna like try to talk to this guy?
Alistair's like, well, we'll see what happens, but I believe this man will probably be beyond talking as he goes and leans against the wall and like so he's bracing himself.
I mean, we should
Slash
try
hide.
talking first, and then
Yeah,
do what we
like
gotta
we
do.
only killed every single person we came across. Even the dude
Okay.
just like reading a book, minding his own business.
I thought that was our initial plan, was to break in and then be like, hey, by the way, now we should team up.
I don't think we ever had a plan, to be fair.
Yeah, I
True.
think we had like loose suggestions.
Is that him?
Anyway, our host is here.
Okay. As you are standing there discussing things, the door opens. You can hear a set of locks, and the door swings open. And in front of you stands a rather pale skinned human man, maybe 30, 35 years old, unclear, dark hair, and well dressed, luxuriously dressed, even so, in a set of wizard's robes that are old fashioned, futuristic, unclear, frankly. He looks at you all, says, "Welcome. My name is Men Shun. This is my interdimensional sanctum. Please, step in. I believe that we have some things to discuss if you've made your way here. I'll give you a guided tour. We can find a more comfortable seating arrangement in the beyond areas." And he begins to sort of try to lead you this way.
Uh,
I'd,
Harry looks around
yeah,
to see his buddy's reactions.
I'd go nudge Harry and then whisper, be like, "Yo, did you check out that guy's robes?"
I know,
Alistair
they're
pushes
so
Victor in front of him.
futuristic.
He said, "Leads the way, General."
okay, well, following this guy into his lair here.
And then Alistair leans against the doorway, waiting for the rest of the lads to go. He's making sure you guys follow and don't just chicken out.
Okay.
Harry
I'm
takes
sticking
boys-
close to
a
Victor.
You boys coming?
Harry takes one step in.
Come on, lads, let's go. We got business here.
Aerith and Volknar, do you guys also join?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Bring you in here.
Volknar fall asleep.
He's doing his long rest.
Oh, good.
It's a Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Took him
It's
out.
okay. We'll bring him in nonetheless. Okay. As you all step into the room, and you can see Manchun walking towards a set of double doors to the southeast. He reaches up, pushes on a stone tile, and several things happen simultaneously. The door that you step through slams shut, locking into place. An alarm begins to klaxon in this room, loud and blaring. And several of these other doors in this area open in unison. Let me open the doors. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh wow, it was a trap.
shit.
Who would have thought? No way.
I could have sworn we could have trusted the guy. Even though we killed all of his minions. Ooh, not bad, not bad, not bad.
Door will open.
Ooh, Alistair, rough.
No, I prefer going later initiative.
Actually, I guess that is true.
Oh, sorry. Give me 2 seconds, guys.
It helps for my sneak attack.
Volknar!
Do you have the thing with Rogue where like if your familiar is like with you, you get like advantage or bonus something? Isn't that a Rogue thing?
The owl is the rogue cheese. This particular familiar, because it has flyby, it doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity. So I can play it like the owl is like pestering whatever I'm attacking, so I automatically get my sneak if one of you aren't engaged with it.
Ah,
It's a bit cheesy, but I'm not going to abuse it. I
Eh.
like him more because he has better perception than me. He's good with stealth, so it's fitting for my rogue character. But there is a little cheese there if I wanted.
All right. Can somebody grab Volknar's initiative? Can you roll initiative for him? And I will roll these guys.
Rage mode.
Someone do the honors, not it.
would it
I
just
can
be like
if-
what?
if
I don't think we have
it's,
like access to his sheet.
We just roll a
Oh,
d20
okay.
or
My bad.
I guess we could just roll like a d20 then plus his.
I
I think
got
it's
it.
got +2. Yeah.
It's a 7.
Oh man.
He still goes before Alistair.
Okay. So I have. Let me just change one thing.
A lot of bad guys to roll for.
Yeah, there were a bunch of bad guys to roll for. Let's see. Victor, you get to go first. What would you like to do?
Well, it seems like we're fighting this guy.
Yes. He sprung a trap on us.
Yeah. Victor, he is upset that he has once again been deceived by a bad guy. And he's going to tackle this man.
Okay.
Try to take him down. Yeah. I got an 11 for
For a grapple check?
my athletics. Yeah.
All right, let me double check.
Let's
what
see if
this
Volknar's
guy's doing.
awake.
Giving him a ring.
Yeah.
I will go with this. I got an 8, so that actually failed.
Oh,
So you
damn.
are able to successfully tackle this wizardly-looking individual to the ground.
All right. And that's my action, right? So
Yes.
I'd have to use I guess I will. Ooh, if I use action surge, so I've got him grappled on the ground. So if I attack him again, I can't use my sword, right? It has to be an unarmed because I can't.
So if you use action surge to then attack him while he's on the ground,
Yeah.
you would get advantage if you so wished,
Uh,
and you
Can
could
it be a
use your
headbutt?
sword.
yeah. If I can use my sword I'll use my action surge. And go to do the old attack with my sword.
Okay.
And 13.
That's actually a hit.
Oh,
Magic Man don't have armor, so.
okay. Didn't. All right. 7 damage.
Okay. He takes 7 points of damage.
All right.
Is there anything else you would like to happen?
I don't think I have any like bonus actions I can do. Yeah. We're just gonna keep him, grappled.
Okay. So he is pinned to the ground currently. He will be able to probably stand up because you sort of have to leave him on the ground to then attack him, right? So he'll probably be able to stand up without too much issue next time. Is there anything else you used your action, bonus action? Yeah, I think you're good.
Yeah.
Cool. Go ahead. Let's see. That would be This person. They will move. Okay. 2 individuals burst forth from the doors to the southeast in unison. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they will come careening into the room almost past you, Victor, but then they will see you standing over Manchun, slicing down into his chest, and they will skid to a halt, looking at you as if ready to take you on. They used their entire action to do that, however, so they are going to stay where they are there. Just clearing out so you can sort of see down this hallway further into a dining room. That would be their full turn. The next thing that happens is that the woman who you had seen in the black robes beforehand calmly walks over towards the entrance into the room, pulls out a ring from a pocket of hers, puts it on her finger, opens, like, twists it open, takes a gem out of the ring, and smashes it onto the ground. And this creates an earth elemental directly in front of her. That would be her action.
Is it a big boy?
It is a big boy. That is her turn. That brings us to Zusanu. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna silence some motherfuckers. I think is what I should do.
Who?
Just let
The
him
main
do it.
guy?
Let him do it.
Yeah, can I silence around like the main guy?
You do what you want. I'm just curious who.
I'm just trying to make sure that like Harry would still.
Just keep in mind, I think silence is concentration, so if you get hit, you gotta roll for it. And also, we would be affected by it, so you gotta make sure you make it a.
Yeah, I'm trying to like get the.
Yeah, just keep them on the edges.
So I'm thinking like center it right here. So it goes 20 feet out from right here.
Let me see. I think I know what you're trying to do. I have experience with this spell. I'll make it purple because you're Zusanu. So maybe something like yonder.
More to the left.
Okay. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. Something like this.
Yeah, the red one.
Oh, the red one. Okay. Let me
Because I
redo
want
that.
to like keep the bad guy well enough in it that he can't just like take a step outside of it.
So something like, oops, again. I don't know why it reverts away from the shape when you do that. So like this. How does
Yeah.
that seem? Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. And so for the duration, no sound can be created or pass through this 20-foot radius centered on a point you choose within range. Any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage. Creatures are deafened. Casting a spell with a verbal component is impossible.
Yeah, so now Victor's in it too. Is the problem? Is what I was trying to say. If you do it like that.
He doesn't use magic. I would have like yelled out to the party ahead of time, like casting silence.
Nice.
Okay.
Everyone get ready.
I can't hear you. I'm in the silence.
No, you're good. You're out of it.
Is there anything else you would like to do, Zusnu?
Yes. I am gonna summon my tentacle buddy. Like, in between M and the bad guy. Because he's like prone, right? So I get advantage no matter
He
where I attack
is.
him from. Alright.
Correct.
18 or oh shit, nat 20.
Okay.
So he takes 13 cold damage.
All right, takes 13 cold damage. Okay. And the tentacle strikes out, slaps him like a wet noodle across the face. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I'm gonna go put myself in between Harry and the Earth Elemental.
Okay.
So heroic.
I mean, Harry's like right next to him. He's our squishiest guy.
Yeah, help me.
It is the Earth Elemental's turn.
Wouldn't be surprised if this thing can do AoE damage.
Sadly enough, it cannot. But it will take 2 attacks, one at Zusanu and one at Victor. Actually, it can reach Harry, so it's going to do that. So as you jump in front of it, you are going to take one of its attacks, but it's going to use its other arm to get around you, Zusanu, to take an attack at Harry. So
Oh,
2
shit.
attacks. Let's see. First one is a 17. Does that hit?
Shield.
Okay.
I cast
Second
shield.
one. 23 to hit Harry.
Alistair would use his reaction.
11 damage to Harold.
Whoa, I use my reaction. You got to reroll.
Oh, I have to reroll?
Yeah. So this is silvery barbs.
Gotcha.
This one, yeah. And then no matter what, I get to give somebody advantage. So I'm gonna give their next roll. I'm gonna give advantage to Aeroth on his
Okay.
next roll, basically. And that burns one of my spell slots doing this. And you basically have to re-roll yours, and you take the lower one.
So I got a 15 to hit Harry. Does that hit Harry?
Yeah, but can Harry use shield as well on that?
Yes,
God
you
damn it!
Double shields.
We're just burning spells to try to stop Harry from taking damage.
So as this earth elemental appears, it immediately sees Zusanu and Harry, who are able to fend it off with their own individual shields, causing these like giant rock fists to impact onto these shields. They hold for the moment, but then it comes to you, Harry. That is your turn.
That would have looked really cool in like a CGI movie scene.
Yeah, I just watching Guardians of the Galaxy. and
Right?
I
Like
just
a
pictured,
giant rock monster throwing both fists down. We both throw up a shield to block
I
it.
pictured you guys like Groot, just growing root shields. Just like, poof, poof. All right, Harry is going to. Earth Tremor just slows their speed. That doesn't do much.
This might be the time for the rod.
Oh, all right, sure. Tentacle Rod.
All right.
That's the other campaign.
You mean the rod of binding?
Yeah, the Rob binding. Let's.
17 something is what it's gonna be, right?
Oh wait, hold on. First of all, it's recharges. Was that I gotta read.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
that on the
It-
long rest? Or was
Yes.
that like a 24-hour thing?
I think it is a long rest.
Usually it's either long rest or a new day for the items like that.
Yeah, that's. I was thinking if it was new
But
day.
you definitely have more hold monster charges. You're definitely out of hold person charges, but you have more hold monster.
Wand of binding. Here we go.
At dawn.
So go ahead and roll. I'm gonna say, go ahead and roll the 1d6 plus 1 for this. How many did you use? Did you use one hold person or did you use 2 hold persons for it?
It has.
I'm pretty sure you used them both.
Yeah, it has. I have 5 out of 7.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a d4 for it then. Just based on the amount of time that's passed.
4.
Okay, so it's back up to 7.
All right. Hold. Well, actually, would the elemental be person? Did we determine that?
It is very definitely a monster.
Okay. All right. I thought we read it last time. It said humanoid. So
Yeah, a large
Fine.
elemental is a monster.
either way, regardless. Old monster.
What's it gonna beat?
It was a DC 17.
But
Or
what?
be paralyzed.
17 what though?
You have to go look at the hold monster spell.
I'm pretty sure
So
it's
if-
wisdom, right?
Dude, you're asking me questions. Hold on. I
Just
don't
add the
have
item
the
to your
answers.
sheet, man. Add the item to your fucking character sheet. It's
I'm
easy.
reading it. It says it.
Okay.
What's it say? I just read it. DC 17. I don't know. What?
It's
Yes, it's wisdom.
Jesus.
You
Christ.
have to go into the hold monster spell because it doesn't say it right on the
You,
wand
if you
sign.
click, it says hold monster, right? Click that. It'll tell you. You
Click what?
click the words that say hold monster, right?
No.
Okay, I can just find out. Hold monster.
It's wisdom.
We're off to a
Yeah,
great
wisdom
start
save.
tonight.
Wisdom
Great
save.
start tonight, yeah, boys. Great start.
I got a 19.
Oh,
Aw.
that's sad.
Alright.
Sorry to say. So hold monster fails on this guy. It's able to shrug it off for now. Is there anything else you would like to do, Harry?
Am I in a position where I can get away, or am I in an opportunity attack range?
You are within opportunity attack range. You do still have shield up, which would help, but for now you are within range.
Alright, guess I'm just gonna stick where I am.
Okay. Let's see. This guy. This is.
Yeah, I think I fell asleep for a little bit. Did I miss
Oh, there he is.
Oh.
Yeah, he took the
He's
long
back.
rest a little too seriously.
I was day drinking in the sun all day.
Sounds pretty good, man.
Did I miss initiative or anything? Or do you guys
Yeah,
roll
so
for it?
yes, you guys are in
Not up
combat.
yet.
We rolled for you.
Alright.
You're good.
You're coming up.
And your term hasn't happened yet, so you're fine.
Alright, cool.
You hear a door open at the end of the hallway to your left, and an individual sprinting down it, bursting out, rapier and dagger in hand, skidding to a halt in the room, looking at the chaotic scene before them. That will be their full turn. And actually, Volknar, perfect timing, because it's your turn. Aerith, you are up on deck. Alistair, you are following.
It's my turn.
No, Volknar. It's
Volknar,
turn now.
Volknar, the emo
Volknar
wizard,
Mage.
the emo wizard that Victor's fighting, like on is like Manchun or whatever. I think.
He has introduced himself as Manchun. That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in a room full of bad guys, but the one Victor's on is the main one.
This bitch seems pretty capable too.
They're all a threat, especially
Everyone's
Yeah.
the giant rock monster, especially too.
Yeah, we need to get in some
Kill-
kind of formation right
Kill
now.
everything that is not prestige worldwide.
I'd say Victor's
Okay.
probably pretty mad about this situation. Or Volknar, sorry.
Oh! Volknar. So mad after just waking up. Enters enters a rage.
Rage mode.
Nice.
And he's a little upset. Did Aerith go and cast Bless on Volknar yet? Or no?
Not yet.
That hasn't happened yet. No.
Alright. If I move here, is there any attacks of opportunity or not?
Yes. So
Depends.
this guy can hit pretty far, you believe, based on his ability to reach over Zusanu to try to punch Harry.
So you could probably move like around him, but once you move outside of this, he'll smack you.
Cool.
So like if your plan was to hit the main guy, you could probably move like here and get away with it. But then you're sort of surrounding yourself with all these guys, so
Did main guy hit Victor at all?
not yet. Victor tackled him to the ground and then stabbed him.
Oh. Oh damn, there's a bunch of guys.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah, we got no trap.
I got trap.
It's a trap.
I mean, we willingly walked into a trap.
Just a little bit.
Uh, was this big dude summoned, or was he just there?
He was.
The woman threw a gem onto the ground that she took out of a clasp on a ring, and he burst forth from the gem.
We got to get that ring.
Mm-mm.
The ring's already gone. It was
No, I
thrown
want
on the
it.
ground, and the monster came out.
I'm getting that ring.
Zeus, sorry for my nap, but Zeus, did you attack this golem thing already?
Not yet. No. I threw up a silent spell. This purple circle. No one can cast magic within that.
What if it
Alright.
takes a verbal component?
Yeah, and then I tried to protect Harry.
All right, whatever. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try
Board's
and
wide open.
attack the guy that Victor tackled. So
Okay.
I'll move down here, and
You get advantage on your attack because that guy is prone on the ground.
okay. So since I have advantage,
You know what to do. You know what to do.
I I will do the Great Weapon Mastery attack, which I believe I roll at advantage, and then I lose 4. Is that correct?
5.
5. Okay. All right, so I got 19.
That is a hit. Minus the 5. That is a hit.
Oh
That's it. Okay.
Roll that damage.
All right. 6
Plus a
2
million?
Plus
5?
12.
Is that right?
It's 10 plus 2 because you're raging.
It's 18 damage total.
Oh yeah, because I get a plus 10, right? On the
Yep.
Yeah.
weapon. Okay. So yeah, it's 18.
Okay. Can you please also roll me an extra d4?
Uh-oh.
Right? Never a good sign.
Uh-oh.
1.
Please describe lopping off his arm as he puts it up to
Oh
fend off your
shit!
axe.
Oh! Bada bing, bada boom. Volknar sees Victor, tackle this thing to the ground. And and you know what? He says, "Why not? It's just an arm." But I'll scream, "Let's go! Let's go!"
Gotcha.
That's it.
And the arm gets lopped off, and it kind of goes flying back into the room beyond, leaving this like really small, like blood trail here.
The thing is, you're in silence. None of us heard you scream.
That's true.
Volknar is also confused that no voice no sound came out of his mouth.
Very confusing.
So that was bonus action, action, movement. You do still have movement. Would you like to move anywhere else, or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Aerith, what would you like to do?
A Roth?
He's also napping.
He's muted, actually.
Where the fuck is Roth?
He's usually around when he's muted, but maybe he's busy with something.
My mom was in the room.
Hi, Aerith's mom.
Ma'am?
She can't hear her.
Oh.
She's gone now. She's gone now.
What's your play, boy?
What's my play?
Yeah.
All right. This earth elemental's here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna hit that with the spell. I have a feeling we're not going to be happy with that guy.
Yeah, everybody here is a prick in this room besides us.
I roll with advantage, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I gave you advantage on your next roll, more or
Yeah,
less.
we also got
So
like
there's
the
a 14
Logan
hit?
boys H&M.
On the Earth Elemental, let's see. That go. 14 does not hit.
What the fuck?
The guiding bolt shoots and sort of impacts upon the elemental, but hits like a piece of rock off of it. Doesn't even seem to phase it.
Okay. I wave my fist in the air angrily.
Okay. And anything else you would like to do? Movement, bonus action?
Now that'll be my turn.
Alistair, what would you like to do?
Okay. Alistair was not expecting this this room full of people so quickly, but it is what it is. And first thing he's gonna do is he's gonna send in his familiar to do the pass by, get in the swashbuckler's face, and as it distracts the swashbuckler, he's gonna run in and try to stick it with his rapier.
Okay. So that means you get it.
It just means I get to use my sneak if I hit.
Okay. Cool. That's what I thought. Go ahead.
18.
That is a hit.
Okay. So 5 damage plus the sneak. Another 6. So 11 total.
All right.
Good damage.
That's thanks to the sneak.
And you're able to get around their defenses as they come skidding to a halt into the room with the bird flying over their head, and you get in a quick slash. Is there anything else you would like to do?
So I still have my bonus action, right?
You do.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then I will bonus action disengage back to where I was before, and then bring the bird with me.
Okay. And it is done. That brings us to Manchun.
Oh God.
He has been tackled. He has had an arm hacked off. He is quite unhappy
He's
with
been
everything that
disrespected
has
in his own house in the worst way.
happened. That is verbal. This is the real issue. So many of these spells are just verbal.
That's the best part of silence. But it sucks when teammates get caught in it.
Hey, you couldn't even hear my "let's go."
But Volknar's pissed about the RP more than anything. The fuck, man.
Wow, every single spell he has is verbal. Okay, he's going to
Dang,
do the
there's
only
finally a win.
thing. He's going to do the only thing he can do, which is stand up. And this might not go well because of Victor. And he's going to attempt to run away. So Victor and Volknar, you both get attacks of opportunity. Zusanu, your tentacle does not, so far as I understand.
No.
Victor, that is a hit.
Um,
So he
These
can't go
advantage
anywhere.
Nice
Volknar,
try.
you get an attack as well.
is that an advantage or not?
It is not an advantage.
And okay,
I feel like we unintentionally made like a really good team build.
That is a miss, Volknar.
ah,
But he is rooted to the spot because of Victor with Sentinel. He's holding his bloody stump of an arm. He's not down on the ground anymore, so I'll take that off of him. Otherwise, he is stuck where he is. I'll go to the next guy. That was rough. There's one more individual who comes bursting out of the room. He uses his full action to do so. And he comes to this point in the room, and you can see that he has a lute in his hand. It looks like he was just playing, but he is not doing anything else at this time. So we will go back to the top of the turn order with a Victor. What would you like to do?
Victor's gonna go for an old-fashioned attack, and then
That is a hit.
Action.
slash him with a sword, and then use trip attack.
Just trying to keep him on the ground the entire time.
Yeah.
All
Love
right.
it.
Strength check against that is going to be a fail on my end. I
Okay.
got a 7.
Yeah, so he takes another 7 damage. And he's prone, I guess.
He's back down on the ground, gray once more. Okay. Any movement? Anything else you'd like to
No, we're just gonna stay here and, keep him down, I guess.
Guys have just bullied the boss so much.
do? Are you okay if I just put you in this square fully?
Oh,
Just
yeah,
so
it's
that-
cool.
Okay. Just keeping you guys in squares for the most part. All right. The next individual to go will be, let's see, this person. It is a woman. She's wearing a teleporter ring. It's a small, Lightfoot halfling, and she and her companion appear to be dressed in light, sort of acrobatic clothing. They quickly move towards Victor and Volknar, however, effectively in unison, to cover their master. And so they begin to try to flank you. They're unable to do so fully because of the battlefield at this time, so they don't necessarily have advantage or anything like that. But they are going to make a succession of fast attacks against you, Victor. They get 3 in a row. First one's a miss. Second one is I assume that's a miss. Third one, 13. Is that going to be a hit?
No.
Okay. Again, it's the same thing from the second one. There's going to be a succession of 3 quick attacks. 19.
That does not hit.
Oh, you've got 20 AC now, don't you?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Their fists do not connect with your body at any point in
6
time through
misses.
your armor.
I knew these guys were gonna be
Volknar
monks.
tries to compliment Victor, but when he says the words, nothing comes out.
So their attacks, you guys should be hearing what sounds like clang, clang, clang as their like kicks and their karate chops and their fists smash into Victor's armor, but the silence of the area is deafening. You do see one of them like shaking their fist and saying like ouch, but it's all in like comical silence the entire time. The woman, I don't know if this will work correctly. Yeah, that's not good. The woman will take a step back out of the silence. She will sorry, I'm just trying to see if there's anything that I can use that will be useful for her. Not really.
Chronic, I just saw your call in your text.
Yup.
Was I snoring?
No. We just had a feeling.
She will attempt to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. She will run up to Manchun and begin to try to drag. She will use her action to lift him. Does that make sense? No, she won't do that. She will prepare. Actually, screw that. She'll cast Magic Missile, and she's gonna cast it from here, and she's gonna cast it directly at Victor. Let's see. So I get a bunch of D4s for this. And they're automatically going to hurt you, Victor, because that's the beauty of magic missile.
Only shield can block them.
Right. You are going to take 8 points of damage, Victor.
Okay.
That will be her full turn. Go ahead, Zeusanu. What would you like to do?
I guess I'll just start off with Tentacle Boy. $21 to hit.
Against two?
The main guy.
All right, Manshun. He is hit by that.
7 damage.
Okay.
And then I am going.
He is bloodied, by the way.
Ooh. So yes, I am going to come around to here and see if I can hit him with a crossbow.
Okay. You do have disadvantage because he is prone.
Okay. So 17.
That is a hit.
5 damage.
All right. He takes the 5 damage. The bolt sticks into his leg, and you can see that he's got this bloody stump. He's lying on the ground, bolt out of his leg. He's just not doing great
not
in a
having
lot of ways.
Silence is kicking ass right now.
Yeah, that was a good call, my friend.
Is that your full turn? All right. We shall go on to the Earth Elemental. And the Earth Elemental will look at you with the crossbow bolt and take one big swing. It's 14 hit.
Who's he swinging at?
Zeusanu.
Oh, sorry, I was disconnected. 14 does not hit.
Okay. And then he will take a swing and a hit at Victor. Oh man, like rolling like shit. 12 is going to be a miss. That will be his turn. He's kind of penned in here, so he can't. Or he doesn't
Victor
see
is a
you.
fucking animal.
I'm glad I moved where I did. So Victor's taking the brunt of all the attacks.
The thing is, no one's even connecting. The only person is the person doesn't need to like roll to hit with that spell.
Harry, what would you like to do?
Harry is going to. Try to get out of here.
You need to disengage.
Yeah. How does that work?
It takes an action.
Yeah, but what do I gotta do for that?
Nothing.
You just say
So-
disengage.
Where could I go though?
You go behind Alistair
Yeah, it's
You want
go in the corner.
because that door's locked where we came from. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Yeah, so this door is closed and locked. This is a safe spot. This is a safe spot. If you were to disengage and run all the way down to here, this would be a safe spot. You can't move through the elemental. Actually, let me correct that. You could move through the elemental, but it would require an acrobatics check.
Yeah, let's just Harry's gotta get out of here. So I think I'm not gonna go into there now.
That's probably
Uh,
the safest place.
For real?
I mean, look, there's
Who just
person
came out
here,
of?
person here, person here, person.
That's where the lady just came out of, right?
Yes.
There's like a pathway here.
And up too,
Yeah,
I
and up.
presume.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw her when we first went through the portal.
All right. And Harry's got +2 acrobatics. All right, let's say that. Let's say Harry's gonna try to maneuver his way into there.
Okay.
Uh,
You disengage and attempt to slide through the earth elemental's legs into the hallway beyond.
Epic.
dun, 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 15.
Which is exactly what you needed.
Yeah.
Nailed
Alright.
it.
So I will say that you can get to 1, 2.
This is like an epic action movie scene right here.
I would say that you can get to at least here, but you can get one more if you would like. Let me open it up for you a little bit.
And now the one-on-one wizard duel.
So you can see this room beyond. You can see this corridor in between you and the other wizard. She's to your south. And then there's a little bit more of this room here. Cool.
All right, so let's say I wanted to go here then. So there's not like a line of sight to me from her at this point.
Gotcha. Okay.
But stop short and kind of tuck around the corner.
Cool. So that would be movement and action, unless you have a bonus action.
Yeah, no. Good to go.
Cool. Swashbuckler. The swashbuckler is going to dart forward after Alistair, first and foremost. And they will be taking
Alistair grins.
one attack with a rapier, or one attack with a rapier, one attack with a dagger backhanded, and another attack with a rapier. So 19,
the first 2 hit.
22. Okay. So
Rapier,
it's going to
dagger.
be 6 points of damage with the rapier and 7 points of damage with the dagger.
Oof, damn.
So Alistair's down to 20 HP then.
Oh yeah, you've got that false life going, don't you?
Yeah. Took away my temp and 7 off the rig.
Gotcha. That is their full turn, however. Ooh, wait. Disengage.
They're like
They will
me.
go back to this point. Yeah, they can do the same thing. That does bring us, however, to Volknar. Volknar, Aerith, and then Alistair, in that order.
Alright. I think he's gonna great weapon master attack the dude on the ground.
Let's see. You do get advantage.
18 minus 5, 13 to hit.
That is a hit. This is going to be at least 15 damage.
Yeah, we
This is
get
25.
yeah.
Look at that. You go into the same arm. He puts up the same arm that you like already lopped off between the elbow and the wrist, and he puts it up to shield himself once more. And this time you just lop it off right at the elbow.
Boom.
So more blood goes spurling across the floor.
This guy's got a lot of HP, taking all these fucking hits.
He does have quite a bit, actually. Is there
Has he
anything else
lost
you would like to
both
do?
arms?
Can I great weapon again, or is that can I only do that once a turn?
It's only the first of your attacks, I believe.
Okay, so I guess I'll just regular swing it at him again. Nat 1, 7 to hit.
You still have advantage.
Oh shit.
Has this guy lost both arms?
24 to hit.
Okay, 24 hits.
We'll find out in a sec.
He has not lost both arms. He's only lost one of them.
7 plus 2 for 9.
All right, 9 more damage. He is not yet dead. He's bleeding a lot from that stump. It is not a pretty sight. And Volknar, you pull your axe back once more and you land into the stump, directly into the stump this time.
Damn.
This guy should pass out.
Aerith.
Volknar's kind of disgusted with what he's doing, but he just keeps hacking.
You're just swinging away at this guy on the ground.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm back.
No worries. Aerith, what would you like to do?
We're trying to hit Guiding Bolt again.
All right. On who?
The golem.
The Earth
Did
Elemental?
we kill the main guy yet?
The
No,
elemental.
he's
Elemental.
close.
Guiding Bolt hits.
You have +7 to your attack. Damn.
Yep.
That
Go
man's
ahead
got
and
a
roll
lot of
damage.
wisdom.
I got 20 wisdom.
At least I'm a +6. So it's a +7.
Roll the damage, boy. You lagging or something?
Here comes 46. All right, 10 points of damage. And what type of damage is that?
That's the holy damage.
Gotcha. So he takes the 10 points of damage. Is there anything else you would like to do, Aerith?
No, that'll be it.
Okay. Alistair.
Man, those were some unfortunate D6s, my friend.
Yeah, I know. That kind of sucked.
Guiding Bolt can, it can zap sometimes, but man, can it not. So Alistair, after seeing Harold's cool move, is like, well, I guess I better go keep him alive. And sends his bird into the thing's face and tries to do the same thing Harry did, go underneath it. But he's using his bird, hopefully as a distraction, to try to help in some way. I don't know what that would do.
You
If
just want
anything.
that advantage roll.
I don't know if it'll help or not. You muted? DM, or maybe
Sorry. To ensure that you're not attacked by the Earth Elemental as an opportunity attack, you will need to disengage.
Yeah, no, I was planning on doing that, but I was gonna see
Okay.
if using the bird like in his face would help at all.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for the acrobatics check for this.
Okay. 18.
No sweat. Even easier in some sense than Harry. You don't have to slide between the legs because the bird does help.
Mhm.
It sort of like stomps to the left, and you're able to sort of slip through and by. And then if you want, you can stay there, but it's whatever.
Oh, I was gonna hit it
know.
before I passed by, so it's already disengaging. That's a bonus action. Or is that my action to do the acrobatics check?
That is your action. To
Alright,
do
that's
the
fine then.
acrobatics check.
Then I flip it off and meet up with Harry, and we're back to back now. I'm like, oh hey there, big fella.
Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Familiar friend.
Just came to join you. Gives him a wink.
Okay, and you do see the wizard down to your south.
Mm-hmm. I tried to give her a rose through the glass. We got a bone to pick with her.
She turned
It
you
is
down.
Manshun's turn. He is going to attempt to stand and run away again. So Volknar and Victor, you go ahead and do your thing.
23 to hit.
That is a hit.
19 to hit.
That is also a hit.
Are you guys rolling together now with the fucking
God
Bash
damn.
Brothers?
Volknar, go ahead and describe your kill.
Yeah.
Volknar lets out multiple screams and vocal cues,
Silent shout.
but there's silence, and it is what he is. So instead, he knows that he's in the silence area now, so he chops off the head and then flexes. It
Yeah,
looks
I was gonna say, can I like get a quick message in to tell Volknar not to mess up the robes?
It doesn't work like
Like,
that, man.
well,
go,
hey man,
go for the head. I
There's-
want those robes.
Your
I did
spell
go
would
for the head. I did go for the
spell
head.
negates that. Your
I
own
chopped
spell.
off his head.
I'm outside of it, so I can send message to Volknar within
But
silence.
it's still verbal, so he doesn't hear it, my friend. That's the point. You created a silent thing around him, so he can't hear it.
This is
But it's in his head though. It's telepathic.
Volknar chops off
It's
the
not.
head, and let's move on.
So the head goes rolling across the
You'll
floor.
forget about me flexing.
Yeah.
as you
Cool
flex
pose.
over the body. Is there? That would actually be Manshun's turn. So there's nothing else that'll happen there. We'll move on to our bard friend. He will see Manshun's head being tossed across the ground, and he will use invisibility. Can you guys see him or not?
Nope.
Nope.
Perfect. That's pretty nice, actually. So he will be invisible now. We'll go to this location. That will be his turn.
Pussy.
Victor, what would you like to do?
So Manshun's dead, right?
Correct.
All right. I guess we'll work on. We got thing 1, thing 2, and the
You're
golem.
surrounded, my friend.
Yeah. I guess we'll just take a swing at the big guy.
Oh, I was gonna say we should hit M, but
But you were like doing just fine being surrounded.
Yeah.
Right.
Assume that. Yeah, that misses.
Yeah, that's
What is? Yeah, just gonna chill here. I'm just take
Okay.
some attacks.
all right.
The world's best punching bag.
We will go to H. H will once again. Actually, H is going to attack Zusanu 3 times, I think.
Bring it on.
1, 2, trace. So I'm assuming only the first one hits. Is that right? 24.
That's definitely a hit.
All right, I'm gonna roll damage. That's gonna be 4 points of damage to Zusanu. Otherwise,
And he takes 10 points of damage in return.
oh wow, okay.
From your armor?
Yep.
Okay. H takes 10 points of damage, and you can hear as it does so, the other one, M, yells, Javier, no! And, it's ice shards, right?
Yeah, it's cold damage.
Cool. And they, go into the hand of one of these guys. The other one is going to turn its attention to Volknar because you killed Manshun, and they are stepping over its body to attack you 3 times.
Uh-oh.
First one's a miss. Second one's going to be a hit.
Yeah.
And the third one is
a miss.
a miss. All right. So you will take 7 points of damage, and it's halved because it is bludgeoning.
So 7. What's half of 7?
4 in this instance. That is their full turns. The witch will see Alistair next to Harry, and she will. She's not gonna fuck around with this, I don't think. She's gonna shoot a fireball at you guys.
No!
Oh, shit.
Oh god. It was nice knowing you, Harry.
She's hitting you with a fireball from back here, so it's only gonna hit the 2 of you.
Why did I try to give her a rose? Alright, so my bird is gone, we'll say.
Yeah.
Right away.
And I need a dexterity saving throw from both of you, please.
Oh no.
It's a fail, Alistair.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
That is also fail, Harold. Oh no. It's going to be 32 points of damage.
Shield!
Oh,
Harry is down.
okay.
Yep. I am very much
And-
down as well.
You're also down.
Yep.
All right. So on your turn, we will start making death saving throws for you guys. Zusanu, what would you like to do?
First, we're gonna move this guy to focus on this bitch. If I have him pop up behind her, can I get advantage
On who?
on the witch?
No.
Oh, then he's just gonna fucking attack her right in the face. $19 to hit.
That is a hit.
Let's go tentacool.
10 cold damage.
Okay. Let me make a Constitution saving throw. She saved, and she continues concentrating on the Earth Elemental.
Oh shit, we can get rid of that by attacking her.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, alright.
All right. It is the Earth Elemental's turn, however, and it is
I
going
still
to
have
take.
I still have my
Oh,
action.
sorry. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
If I attack her through all these people, would I have disadvantage?
You might have. She might have some sort of cover. Yeah, she would have half cover. I want to say.
And what does half cover do?
I believe it gives her a +5 to her AC.
It'd be a higher roll for you. But some of your spells probably don't require a roll, I would assume as well. As long as you have line of sight.
That
+2. +2 to her AC.
that is true.
But you might be one of the only people who saw us go down as well.
Yeah, but I'm sandwiched in between these two guys, so
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't
ju- I'm
really,
just-
like move to you guys. So I guess I'd like call out too that like,
I was gonna say, you could tell the
Harry
lads.
Harry and Alistair are down. We gotta get them up.
We do happen to have a bird boy healer who might be able to do something from afar, but I don't know what spells he has.
And I'm gonna cast frostbite on her. It's a
Okay.
con saving throw of 14.
All right. Let's see. Con saving throw 14. She failed.
Oh hell yeah! So she takes 3 damage.
Okay. She needs to make a Constitution saving throw for the spell. Let me double check that
Oh
because I
shit!
actually don't remember what it's. It might be a 10. I might have to get a 10. Concentration.
Ooh, he does have it.
Am I going nuts? Does she have to get a 10?
What spell are you guys talking about?
So she got hit. She's concentrating. What does she have to roll?
Whatever her damage is.
Oh,
That-
she
that
got a 5.
That she
She's
no,
good
that she whatever damage she took, yeah, that's to beat it.
Okay, she beat it. She's all good then.
Damn it!
Is that your full turn then, Zusanu?
Yeah, and also she has disadvantage on her next weapon attack roll.
Okay. All right. Then it is the Earth Elemental's turn. It will attack you with advantage, Zusanu, because you are
Here we
pinned.
go.
I can't believe that bitch cast fireball on us like that, Harry.
The only reason she didn't do it sooner was because of Manchun. Does a 16 hit?
It does not.
All right. He will attack once more with advantage. 21.
Shield.
Does it not hit you?
21 hits me, but if I use shield, it does not hit me.
Wow. All right. And just as it looks like it's about to hit you once more, you throw up that shield and you can see the webbing of the arcane energy like prevent the impact and then shatter after it like retracts its fist. That'll be its full turn. Harold, go ahead and make a death saving throw for us.
Da, da, da.
It feels like this fight's a lot more winnable if we just kill this fucking spellcaster, because she's the only one who could stop Victor. Otherwise, Victor's just gonna one by one take them all out.
Harry, you have succeeded in one death saving throw.
If we can get rid of this earth elemental, I'm out of shields, so I might be in trouble next go around.
Victor is just like the epitome of tank. Like any melee is just fucked against him.
It will be the swashbuckler's turn, and the swashbuckler will turn immediately to Aerith, one of the only other people in sight, and they've seen Aerith use quite the spell. So they're going to make 3 attacks. There's a 15, that's a natural 20.
Ooh.
And okay, so the 2 is going to miss. So I've got a 15. Does that hit you, Aerith?
Aerith on
Did you
mute.
say 15?
Yeah.
He's 16 AC.
Okay. So it's only the natural 20 that ends up hitting, and that will do crit damage. You end
There's
up taking
Oh.
15 points of damage, Aerith.
Oh my.
Wait, how much?
15.
Why do I take damage?
The swashbuckler closed in upon you and struck at you with her rapier and her dagger, and she got you with her rapier through your armor.
That's a girl.
Yes.
I thought you said they hit a 15.
No,
She
she has multiple attacks.
Oh.
she got a 15 on one of them, and I didn't know if it hit. That's all.
One of them was dagger
So
was
I
a
take
crit.
15 damage?
Or the-
Yes.
Ooh, hold on. Yeah, it was the dagger that was the crit.
Oh, was it the dagger?
Yes.
Let me redo that.
Caught him.
So
It's
it's
still
gonna
gonna be a
9.
lot.
It's gonna be 9 damage. 9 damage total.
Nine.
All right. Yeah. So you should be at 22. That looks good. The swashbuckler will disengage. Where will they move? Will they even do that? No, they'll stay there. They're gonna stay right there. Volknar, go ahead.
So if we take down the wizard, the golem goes down. Is that right?
Just for reference, you would not have heard anyone yell that.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I forgot. But what's like taking down silence? Is that a bonus action? Can I do that? As
I
a free
believe
action?
it's a free action. I don't
It's
even
like
think
just
you
at will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just drop it whenever.
That'll be next turn. If I forget to say it, next turn.
Oh well, Volknar's gonna hit the bitch that fucking punched him in the face.
All right.
We're just gonna do. Well, is great weapon only on my first attack? Like, can I just do a regular attack and then great weapon next?
Sorry, say that again. You want to do what?
So I want to do regular attack because I kind of want to get a gauge of what our AC is, and then I want a great weapon attack after that, depending on if my first attack hits.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Let me check something. Great weapon, master. I feel like it says your first one. No, you know what? Nope, that's fine.
Does it say once per turn?
It just says before you make a melee weapon attack.
Oh.
So you can do it that way, Volknar. That's a good idea.
Okay,
So can you do it multiple times?
I can
Or
only
you can do it
one per
every
turn.
time in a turn.
And I can't do an opportunity attack as a great weapon master, right?
You can do an opportunity attack, and I thought you could only do it once per turn, but I think maybe you can actually do it twice per turn.
It's
Or more
high,
than
high
once.
risk, high reward.
That's true.
Yeah, I think you could do it multiple times.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do the regular attack first.
I like it. I like the strategy.
21
What do you think about the chat, Harry? What's your answer?
Dude, I'm not paying attention. I'm hearing beeps, but what do I think of that? Sure.
Okay, that's perfect.
All right, let's see these attacks, Volknar.
12 plus 2, 14.
So the 21 definitely hits. You do 14 damage to her, and that would be to M. Individual's name you do not yet know.
I mean, you know what? Whatever. I'm gonna great weapon master attack the next one.
Okay.
17.
17 minus 5 is a 12. Does not hit.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
No, I'm kind of sandwiched between these two fucks, so
Okay.
also pretty.
All right. Then I will go to Aerith and then Alistair. Alistair, if you want, you can make your saving throw now.
You got it.
But Aerith, it is your turn.
My turn.
Well, that's a fail.
Let's go.
You have a range spell that can heal, by the way, my friend.
Yeah.
I was creeping on your
FYI.
character sheet. FYI.
Says the guy who's dying.
So I gotta do some healing.
That's up to you. You're in a bit of a pickle. You have many choices to make, my friend. I was just throwing that out there.
Your wing is hurt from the slashes of the dagger. Your friends are down somewhere beyond the large earth elemental. There are 2 martial art adepts bombarding some of your other comrades. What would you like to do, Aerith?
It's quite the fuckery happening in front of you.
We got this.
And I couldn't really get by the elemental, can I?
So you can, if you disengage, and then make an acrobatics check to try to move beyond it because it's large. So I'm allowing you guys to try to like skirt through its legs.
The spell you would be using is also a bonus action. I want to chime in. Just want to, if you're to heal. Just want to, throw that out there. So it's not a full action to use.
Healing word.
Yes, you can cast it at range. Is the beauty, as long as you can see the target.
But would the silence get in the way?
So in this instance, it might. The one thing I want to point out is like the silence is 20-foot radius. Is that right, or is it a 10-foot radius? How big is it?
I think it's
That's
20-foot radius.
I think it's 20 to 30, if I'm remembering correctly.
20-foot radius sphere.
Okay, so the silence is not big enough.
Isn't
The
radius
silence-
half the circle?
Yeah, the one you
Yeah.
drew is a bit small. It would be a
Give me
little bit
moment,
larger, I
I'll
think.
delete
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it would take up most of the room, I think.
So that would be
It's 4 squares long.
it would be like
That's it.
that.
That's. I don't know if it's that.
Well, radius is 1, 2, 3, 4. So each one is 5. 4 times 5
Yeah,
is 20.
that's
I mean, we already casted a guiding bolt in the silence. Then we can't take that back.
Because
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
fine.
Because what's the size of
She wouldn't have been
fireball?
able to cast the fireball. Yeah.
It's the same size as fireball, right? So it would have been. I think fireball. It's like actually like half this size.
Well, if it's radius, it's not.
yeah.
'Cause
Radius
radius
is
is-
half a circle,
Oh really?
right? It's like
that's
the
exactly
half.
right. Whereas diameter is the full.
I always thought it was 4 squares across, like from one side to the other.
But also, that means fireball would have hit me, Victor, and Volknar too. So maybe we just like call it a wash.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we'll call that a wash. Say it's a little bit larger than this, maybe.
It's been a long time since any of us were in geometry, so
It's
it's
true.
fine.
Can we just say that I canceled silence my last turn and then we can forget about it?
That's fine.
Now no more silence. Everyone can talk.
There you go.
Did you draw this, by the way?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's Manshoon's blood.
Good effect.
Brought
I
to you
called
by
dibs on
Volknar.
his clothing.
You're such a goblin. Relax. Just worry about surviving this fight.
Dude, we got this. I'm not worried at all.
2 of us are dead right now.
We'll bring you back.
All right, bring it back to Aerith. What would you like to do, Aerith?
We're gonna try. Well, wait, is silence up or is it still there?
It's down.
It is down.
Would healing them get them back up?
It would cause them to go back to positive health. Yes.
Okay.
So yes.
Long-winded, yes.
Ranged healing is very powerful. Very powerful tool.
Okay, fuck it. I guess I'm gonna healing word,
Okay.
and that's a bonus action.
And then you
Can you
can
do that to multiple people,
no,
or do you have to
but
do it
he
one
can
at
he
a
can
time?
still run away as well because he has his action.
So I'm gonna give it to Alistair. Alistair, you get 8 HP.
um, okay, thank you. Alistair breathes life,
All right.
but I'm on the ground still. I need to get up.
The healing word is wait.
No, but the thing about healing is in these instances, as long as you get me from being off the ground, that's good enough.
Yeah,
Because
then
I get my
he
turn.
can
I get
pick
my
up
turn back.
Harry.
Yeah, I get a turn. Like because as when we're down, we have no turn essentially. So getting your turn back is huge.
Aerith, is there anything else you would like to do?
Uh, I'm gonna try and get past the earth elemental.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an acrobatics check. And this will be your actual action, so you'll disengage unless you want to potentially take a hit from it. Acrobatics.
Oh, that's a 5. Wonderful.
Okay, you're not
God.
going to be able to get past the elemental, so I'm going to say that you end right about here, or here, I should say. You're unable to get past his leg because it like moves as it's trying to fight 3 of your other comrades.
Okay.
I believe that's everything. Yeah, I think you used up all your action economy stuff. Alistair, what would you like to do?
Alistair opens his eyes, looks to his left. He's holding Harry's hand. And so he kind of blushes and then oh, sorry, that's the wrong thing.
Then gently opens his mouth to pour a healing potion down it.
He gets to his knees and then pops open his bag, grabs a potion, and pours it down Harry's throat.
Okay, full action. Go ahead and roll it.
Oh, thanks.
Let's see. What is a
That
potion again?
sweet nectar.
So it's a 2d4. Is that right? Or is this one the wrong size?
Should be a 2d4. That sounds right.
Yeah,
2d4
Okay.
plus 2.
Yeah.
Usually plus something.
Okay. 2d4 plus 2. 8 HP, my friend. We're tied.
Oh, thanks, bud. I needed that.
Alright, I'm taking away one of my potions.
Harold, as you wake up, you notice that your hand is unnaturally sweaty.
I mean, we did just get blasted by fire.
Alistair, is that your full turn, or do you want to move?
Well,
Movement and bonus action?
I have that left.
You do.
Alright. Let's see what kind of devious things Alistair can do here. So, how much movement? I've used half to get up, right?
Yes.
So I have 15. So 1, 2. Actually, no. I'm gonna go behind this. Actually, no. Fuck it. Yeah, I'll move here at the very least. That's it. Just get out of line of sight.
Okay. That would bring us to this guy. What is he gonna do? Gosh. He is going to cast Sleep at level 2.
Oh damn.
Which dude? H?
I think it's the invisible guy.
Yeah,
Or-
there's an invisible
Yeah.
guard
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
That
floating
is
around.
exactly right.
Everyone
he
forgot
will
about
use
him but Lynch.
Sleep. Um,
Tell me he's doing it on me. Please.
so creatures within a point of 20 feet. So he's gonna cast it down here. Is that 20 feet right there?
Am I the only elf? Yeah.
Yeah, so this is 20 feet. The individuals with the lowest HP in this area, and he's really hoping it's Victor and Volknar, but he really doesn't have an idea. It's actually not going to be. I don't think anyone's going to be hit by this. I think everybody has enough HP. So 26 HP or 26 HP puts nobody to sleep. He is now visible once more to you all. He pops back up.
Oh snap.
Get rid of that.
Volk's like
And
the
that will be
dumbass
his turn.
bard. I wish it was silences on that idiot.
So we're gonna go back to the top of the turn order. Let's just take like a quick 2-minute break. It is 9. I didn't realize how late it was. And then we'll pick it back up in just a moment. Victor, what would you like to do?
Victor. Let's see. So, Volknar attacked M, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just do that then. We'll go after M.
She punched your boy Volknar in the face. Like, let's get you riled up.
I got a
that-
9, yeah. So.
That is a miss, though.
All right.
Say.
Victor has had some heartbreaking rolls tonight.
We will continue to stand here and be,
Yeah.
be a guy that stands here.
Take
But
your
you're
licks.
doing the best job at it.
Yeah.
All right. They will attack you. And there will be 3 attacks from Javia.
Ooh, excuse me, sorry.
21 is actually going to hit Victor.
That's a hit.
Oh damn.
But only one of them. So they sort of get beyond your armor at your throat for a moment and give you like a quick karate chop at the throat for 11 damage.
He can bleed.
Or bruise, at least in this instance. M will attack Volknar. 16. Natural 20.
Oh no.
And a 17.
Oh my. This
So
is when the monk gets real
I
cool.
think all that hits him.
I think so too.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll critical damage once. So he's gonna take
his
5
AC's only
points there.
15?
He's
Yeah, but
gonna
it
take
takes
5 points for
it takes
that.
half because he's raging, whatever this is.
Yeah, so he's only gonna take 12 damage.
That's not bad.
That's a W. That's pretty dope.
Wait, was that me taking damage?
You take
Yes.
12 You take
How-
12 points of damage even after halved because of raging.
Damn, still a lot of damage.
That's
but
not
good.
bad though. Look what they rolled for
Dude.
damage.
That's 2 hits and a crit.
Yeah,
You only took 12 damage.
that's actually a dub, man.
Yeah, it's better than taking 24.
Truth.
Speaking of which, we are back at Kevia, and she is going to.
Don't you fucking dare.
Cast fireball.
So it's funny, I actually think she's going to do something different. She is going to. Oh, I don't know. Her spells are actually kind of annoying. Like, they're great and terrible all at the same time. She's going to use Magic Missile, and she's going to cast it on Victor. And so you will take 1, 2, 3. 3d4 plus
Can you imagine what the boss would have done to us if he cast anything?
11 points of damage on Victor. Zeusanu, go ahead.
How you doing on HP, Victor?
Down to 14.
So I think my action would be best spent healing Victor.
He's been pretty beat up, finally. after a long fight.
Yeah, so let's see. So 1d6 plus 4 plus maximum number of hit dice, which would be what, 4? So 4, 8, so 10 HP back. And then Tentacle Guy is going to take an attack with a 18 to hit against Witch Lady.
That is a hit.
7 damage.
She saves on her concentration check. But you did 7 damage to her.
Then I guess I am just gonna stay right here.
Okay. All right. Earth Elemental. It is going to attack Zeusanu first at advantage. And I assume that the 22 hits
Yep.
for 9 points of damage.
It takes 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Motherfucker's got 2d8 plus 5.
Yeah. And then it's going to attack Volknar at advantage as well because
What?
of the flanking.
Yuck.
What?
Like that.
What?
And by the way, what the hell armor does Zeusanu have? That is the coolest
Armor of
I've-
Agathis. Right?
When did he
Yeah.
get that? Was I asleep?
No, it's a spell.
Oh.
That I've had that since the very beginning.
He just hasn't got hit much.
Volknar, you are going to take 7 points damage from the Earth Elemental.
7?
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay, so here's a question. Zeus, can you cast it on other people or just yourself?
Just myself.
Ah.
I looked
you
into
could put-
that.
Yeah, if you could put it on Victor, that would have been insane.
Yeah, that would be awesome for Victor.
Also
Harold, what would you
Volknar.
like to do?
Oh. Harold just wants to stay alive, but help the gang in some way.
Yeah.
Fireball.
He might also be a little confused why you were holding hands with Alistair on the ground.
How big is Fireball?
It's pretty big.
20
Big
foot
enough to
radius.
hit like everyone.
Yes.
I could get all of them, right?
Yeah, let me just. I mean, you might not be able to get the witch down in the corner, but you can get everyone else without issue. Like if
Witch
you were
and
to
the
do
bard, Witch and the bard are only 30 feet away.
Yeah, but could I get the witch and everybody else?
you can,
It
if
seemed
you-
like it was that pretty big.
it, if you cast it right
Wouldn't,
there, you get everyone.
like everyone though, like
Yeah.
But he can control who he damages.
No, I can.
I think that's limited.
protect
I
you
don't think
guys.
it's just like yeah.
There's
No, it works on Fireball.
there's a number of people to it.
Oh, is there?
I believe so. Let's double check that.
Regardless, I'm pretty sure I can
Yeah, equal
avoid.
to 1 plus the spell's level.
So you'd fry half of us basically, right?
What's the
Well, it's-
spell level? 2?
3.
So I can do 4.
Yes.
And I can step out of it before.
You have to see. So that's the other. So because you're casting it. Where did I put that? 1, 2, 3.
Well, the way I'd
You're
be
gonna be
casting it
like
too.
right here.
Yeah, and for what it's worth. Well, I was just gonna say, so for what it's worth, I'm gonna be casting it using the bead. So I can throw it, or can I like roll it? You know.
Yeah, I mean
Do the
that's
thing,
fine. Either way,
regardless.
yeah, either one doesn't matter. You can cast it where you want. I'll say.
It's a level 3 spell, so +1 is 4. So I could, if I step out of the thing, it could be everybody, right?
Nope, because you've got
Oh.
5.
Oh.
Basic math, man. It's tough.
Yeah, terrible. Okay. Alright.
Do everyone but me. I got the highest dex, and I think the highest HP right now out of everyone.
Yeah, you want to take a fireball hit?
I'll take the fireball hit. Hopefully, only half of it.
Look at that. The battle duck stepping up.
Supposed to be dead.
All right,
Just-
Harry throws the fireball bead, the last one.
All right, go ahead and roll the damage. Everyone else, if you are within, go ahead and roll your. Actually, sorry, Zeusanu, go ahead and roll your saving throw. I will be
15.
rolling saving throws.
Just
Harry,
to
does
remind
15 save? Did I,
I think
save?
you save. I'm pretty sure you do.
So those are one save and a fail. The Earth Elemental is probably gonna fail. Yep, that's a fail.
So fireball.
So what do I roll?
So wait,
You're
if we're
good.
in the red, we roll.
Oh, you're good.
He
Just
made it so
trying to.
he didn't hit most of us besides the duck.
The
So
duck
it's a
was
deck. Yeah, it's a deck saving throw, and then 8d6. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so the Earth Elemental is gonna be gone regardless. Actually, is that? Yeah, it's gonna be gone regardless. I'm almost positive. I will make a saving throw for her, but yeah, it's gone. So the Earth Elemental is gone because of concentration. Havia H save.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
that's a good one. It's above average at least.
Witch is dead. Earth Elemental is gone.
The duck is still up.
Wow.
He's a bit singed.
Just tanked that fireball. What's up?
Zeusanu notices all his allies get like a barrier protecting them besides him.
So the witch is dead. The Earth Elemental is gone. Both of the monks are still up, but one looks very, very burned and hurt. The swashbuckler is still up. He is bloodied, or she is bloodied, excuse me. The bard is still up, but his clothes are on fire and he's screaming and terrified.
Yeah, but he's screaming in pitch.
Yeah, he's a
he
bard
is,
after
he
all.
is screaming in pitch. That is correct, Volknar. Harry, is there anything else you would like to do?
Yeah. Is this measurement thing accurate?
Each square is 5 feet.
Yeah,
Yes.
Harry wants to.
You can see him on the map pretty easily.
Come down there.
Okay. And I will open up the map there for you. You can see what is effectively like a large dining room in this area. And then there is a doorway up to the northeast corner. Oh, and there's another doorway to the southeast corner as well. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Swashbuckler's turn. The swashbuckler will close in on Victor and take 3 attacks. 1, 2. Oops. Ignore that.
Yeah, he's way too scared to go up against the duck. It just took a fireball to the face.
Okay, so it looks like the dagger's going to hit with a 22. And that will end up doing 7 points of damage against you, Victor. It's only a dagger that can slip between the cracks of your armor. Volknar, go ahead.
I think I'm just gonna. I have no advantage right now or anything, right? If I attack M,
You do not have advantage.
I'm just gonna do a regular attack for the first attack. 9 to hit.
Okay. That is not a hit.
Alright, I'll do another regular attack. 12 to hit.
That is a miss as well.
Ugh, yuck. It's not good.
Did you
Yeah.
stretch before this fight, Volknar?
No. Should have. I was sleeping before this fight.
Day drinking.
Drinking on the job, Bulknar.
Oh yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
That's all I can do.
Okay. Aerith, what would you like to do?
You talking to me?
Oh yeah.
I didn't. Your voice was laggy there, but okay.
Oh, is it? Is it laggy for everyone?
No,
No.
it's just on his
No.
end.
Okay.
Yeah, for some reason the fucking vocals keep cutting out.
Oh, sorry, man.
Anyway. So how many people are left?
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 enemies.
I'm gonna go up to this bard and cut him.
All right. Did you roll to hit? Oh, there we go.
A 1.
That is a rough miss. You barely can get your scimitar out of the sheath, and as you do, you have to rip it out, and you like just slice upwards, and he's nowhere near the attack. Is there anything else you would like to do? Bonus action?
No. I just look like I've never held a sword before.
Gotcha. Alistair, what would you like to do?
Alistair, I assume from the spell, because it's called Healing Word, he probably heard Aerith's voice and has an inkling that he was the one who saved him when he was down. And then he'd peer over and see him in a bit of a pickle here, and would run up and then attack the bard.
Okay. Let's see it.
Eesh, that's probably not going to hit.
That is not a hit. Sorry to say.
All right.
Is there
And
anything
then
else?
he'll how much movement was that? 6. So that was my full movement. I guess I'll disengage. I can't move. Yeah. So then I'll just like look over at Arth and say, "Thanks for the help," and just kind of go to attack the guy and miss, and just like stand by him to show him there and help.
Okay.
Help.
The bard. What will the bard do? Oh hell yeah. The bard will cast Shatter. And the bard will cast Shatter. So it's a 10-foot radius. Let me see this. So it will hit Zusanu, Volknar, Victor, and Aerith. But I do need a Constitution saving throw from each of you, please.
Ooh.
Oh, 21. Let's go.
All right, that's half damage.
Ooh.
Oh, 7.
All right. So
Bird
Volknar
boy.
and Victor saved Aerith.
Aerith on mute.
What is it
Aerith,
save
see?
for?
Oh,
Spell, con save.
Oh, even if I saved, I would have been down.
People who save take half, so 12.
so this is a big one for you, Aerith. If you don't make the
Okay.
save, you're gonna go down. I think
How much damage?
24 points of damage.
A 10 doesn't save, does it?
Does not save, so you're gonna go down
Do
on
I
this
take
one.
half of half damage because I'm raging or no?
So you actually take. Let me just check. So this is thunder damage. Yeah, this is thunder damage. So you do not take half damage from it.
Yeah.
So you take only half, not half of half.
Okay.
That will be the bard's full turn, which brings us back to Victor.
All right.
We got a
Victor.
couple we got some birds down.
Yeah. Victor will attack.
Zero fuss about the bird.
I don't know what I don't. There's nothing I can do. I'm a fighter. I don't heal people.
You got potions?
I have 0 potions.
Wait, did Justin give us potions before
We've used
started?
them. We've used a lot so far in this dungeon. I'm down to
I'll
1.
attack M again.
All right.
So 11. I don't think that hits.
Does not miss.
Bonus action. We'll use whatchamacallit, second wind.
Okay.
1d10.
Do you get? Can you have like 4d10 if you wanted?
What?
Because of your level? Is that wrong?
Oh, it's 1d10 plus fight level. So I'm gonna get 8 HP.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. 8 HP back for Victor. Is that your full turn? Is there anything else?
Oh yeah, that was my action and bonus action.
Okay. We're gonna go to Javiet. She will take 3 attacks against you, Victor. And they are in quick succession once more. Fists and arms. One of them is going to connect by the looks of it for a total. Oh wow, max damage. 11 points of damage.
No.
Not Victor.
He's still up.
We will go to M.
Got
M.
both our healers down.
M will attack Volknar. And it will be 1. That's a hit. 2. So 2 misses and a hit. So you will take half of this damage. Total of 2 points of damage. All these people are either down. Zusanu, go ahead and make a death saving throw, please.
Oh no.
All right. 1 failure. Harry, what would you like to do?
Harry would wonder if he were to go invisible, would administering a potion break his invisibility?
That is a very good question.
Probably can do all of that in 1 turn.
Yeah, you definitely cannot.
That's
but...
right.
So the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. So you can administer a potion and remain invisible.
You could Misty Step and administer a potion in 1 turn.
Maybe. Is Misty Step a bonus action?
It is.
Oh.
Bada bing, bada boom.
I think who's first in initiative? I think I'm first. So if you get me up, I'll get Aerith up, and I'll be able to attack.
You just skipped your turn, so it would make more
Oh.
sense to get Aerith next, because he'd actually get his turn.
Truth.
And Aerith could do that bonus action one again on you. That
Mhm.
Oh
was like
yeah.
still have a thing. All right. Harry would be like, running away like he was, and then kind of hear a bunch of people go down,
Bodies hit the
Stop.
floor.
stop in his tracks, run back. To here. See the birds downed.
Okay.
That'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Something like this. 30.
Mm-hmm.
And then Misty Step over to Aeroth.
Okay.
And crouch down on a knee and administer a health potion to him.
Go ahead and roll it up.
Was it
2d4.
a 2d4 plus 2?
Yeah.
4. So 6 health to Aerith. Aeroth.
And Aeroth is back on his feet.
Yeah.
The bird lives.
How do I give myself health? It still says
Just
failure success.
give yourself 3 saves, or you click the health area if you can, and then just add HP that way.
I got you.
Yeah, if you click on something, it should give you a spot to add health.
Oh, I
Manual.
see. So I get 6, right?
Yeah. So you're up.
Cool.
I feel like that's where this thing gets a bit more clunky. So that type of stuff when you go down.
Yeah.
Especially because it doesn't even have it doesn't roll for you in the death save, which is weird.
Hmm.
You would think you would just.
I think in the next year or two, as D&D Beyond falls under Wizards, they will put out some sort of virtual tabletop so that it's all just unified.
Built
and
in.
Yeah, it's
with,
got to get better.
maps to it,
Yeah, like this is a map from a third party guy who I get it off of Patreon from.
Oh.
But they should have something with the official maps included. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Anyways,
that makes sense.
So that was Harry's full turn. We will go to the Swashbuckler. The Swashbuckler will take. That's going to go one attack at a time. So starting with the rapier on Victor. 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Max damage. So you're going to go down. Unless you have something. You have a bonus action or anything?
I don't have anything.
Victor's the one with something.
Shield.
Oh wait,
Alistair reaction.
yeah, that was.
Actually, yeah. Hold up. Let me do that.
Silvery barbs.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And I will.
So-
Yeah.
So
And I'm gonna
11 does not hit.
and I'm gonna give. Who should I give? I'm gonna give Volknar advantage on his next attack.
Oh dang. Okay.
Weapon sword mastery.
Great weapon mastery coming in hot.
So that's what this pink is right here to remind you of advantage on your next attack.
Does so the Swashbuckler tried to hit Victor and
Failed with the rapier once.
so can I use my reaction to repost and
Yeah, totally.
try to take a swing at him? Okay, with the 24.
That is a hit.
And then we will do the damage. So because I used a superiority die as my reaction there, can I I probably can't use another one, right? Now that I've actually hit him.
Do you get extra damage for using one too?
Yeah, I still think you get the +8 or the plus D8
for the repost. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Ooh, big repost.
17. Yeah. So yeah. All right.
Massive repost.
Okay. Let's see. They're still up though. So the one thing I'm wondering about, Battlemaster repost. I'm seeing if you can like add another one on top of that.
Yeah, if I could, I would use menacing attack. To try to get him the hell away from me.
So I'm gonna say that you can.
All right.
And the reasoning behind this is like you're using the superiority die to do the attack, and so then you could be like, I'm also using it as a tripping attack for the riposte.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm gonna use menacing. I'm gonna try to menacing attack him.
Sure. Sure.
Do I roll another T8?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. So another 3 damage, and he has to do a Wisdom 14 save.
Fail.
Nice.
And so what happens with the menacing attack?
He's afraid of me. Like
Oh.
yeah. So back off.
Yeah.
Okay, so now he has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. While the source of fear is within line of sight, he can't move willingly closer. So it'll attack Volknar instead. So Volknar, this dagger attack will be the second of the attacks against you. 20,
Don't like
that's
it.
gonna hit.
I'm sorry.
3 points of damage from that.
I was hoping he'd run away.
3 points.
I don't like it.
That's halved still, but and you still have your ability. If you go down, you get back up. So
Yeah.
you're still golden for at least one down.
All right, and this is a
Yep.
Oh, no.
At least it's the crit. At least it's the crit. So this is the one to use that ability on.
So it's a total of 12 points of damage.
Alright, so I'm down to 1.
Yeah, you get back up at 1.
The swashbuckler is like holding her guts in with one hand at this point. She's not doing well. Volknar, it is your turn. You have 1 HP left. What would you like to do?
So I have an advantage roll.
Yep.
Yes, you do.
Do I get 1 advantage roll, or is my whole turn advantage?
I'm assuming
Keep
just
the
your
first
first roll.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so if it's a first roll, I'm
I'm assuming you're gonna burn it, so I'm just gonna take it off now.
I'm gonna Great Weapon Master M, and then I'm gonna probably regular attack this swashbuckler with the guts hanging out.
Okay.
So Great Weapon Master roll. Got 23 minus 5 for 17.
Who are you attacking?
M.
18.
Go
18, not 17.
18, yeah, you're right.
go ahead and describe your kill.
I didn't even roll damage.
You don't need to.
I don't want
You
to.
should.
I
mean,
want to.
you should, but
Max
oh my
damage.
gosh.
Damn.
26 points of damage when they only had 3.
Straight up chopper in half.
Yeah, I straight chopper in half
All right.
and scream. Let's go. Let's go!
And for the first time all night, you guys actually hear Volknar scream.
At 1 HP. Gets up from
Alright.
like a knee to do this.
Emma's dead, and you hear Javia yelling, "Mookie, no!" So Javia is now all alone as one of the 2 martial artists. Is there anything else you want to do, Volknar? Or are you good?
No, yeah, I'm gonna attack fucking gut hanging out, bitch.
Yeah.
Swashbuckler, bitch, with a regular attack.
Big roll here. Don't screw it up.
Foo.
Nice. Nice.
That is a hit.
Do it. Do it.
9 plus 2, 11 damage.
Go ahead and describe your kill.
Yes.
Volknar sees Swashbuckler hanging holding on to his intestines, and he just.
I believe it's a her.
It's a lady.
Oh yeah,
It's a lady
well,
Buckler.
Volknar gets confused when women look
Sorry
like
to screw up your
that.
cutscene.
Dudes.
Yeah, the other races,
That's-
they're confusing.
They're confusing to Volknar. And he just like cuts what he thinks to be a dick, but it's really their
Oh,
intestines
God.
down the middle.
Gotcha. And the swashbucklet dies. Is there anything else you would like to do? You can move, and you will not take attacks of opportunity at this point.
Um, yeah, I think Volknar's down to 1 HP, so he's gonna run a little scared. He's gonna be over
You run away.
here. He just got 2 kills and he needs to catch his breath.
Yeah,
That's
Victor
what he's
once
gonna
again sees Volknar run away.
He's got a comrade down, and he runs
Well,
away.
he went to the ground and got back up, and then did some epic shit and ran away.
Dude, I took down 2 guys. Like, leave me alone.
Aerith, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
My turn, you
Save.
say?
Hey,
Mhm.
save me.
It is your turn.
Yeah, maybe I'll save you. I'll think about it.
Your cousin is down on the ground bleeding. Volknar is running for his life. Victor's armor is pierced by daggers and karate chops. Only your wings can save the group.
I think we've all gone down at least once.
How much health do you have, Alistair?
Me and the wizard have 8 HP each. Victor has 2. Your cousin is on the ground. Faulkner has 1. We're all in rough shape.
If I move, will I take an attack of opportunity?
Unless you
Depends
use
on where you move to.
unless you use like your what's it called, action for disengage.
Yeah, I can't.
You're better off just trying to finish somebody off or pick them up. That's your best
Do
bet here.
both. Pick
Yeah,
up
yeah,
Zeus
yeah,
and
'cause
you,
I
take
guess
down the bard.
Yeah, your spell is a bonus action, so technically you could attack with a weapon, or maybe a cantrip, and then also pick him up with your bonus action spell. Clerics
I'm
are great.
gonna. I think I'm gonna guiding bolt and healing word.
You cannot.
Yeah.
Because you can only cast one spell a turn. Unless
One
it's
spell.
Yeah.
You
unless
can do
it's
a cantrip. Yeah. You can do a cantrip attack plus the bonus action heal. Can't use a first level, 2 first levels, or a second and first in the same turn.
Wait, what'd you say about a second and a first?
You can only do 1 spell per turn, unless it's a cantrip. So you're able to do the cantrip plus the bonus action spell, but that's a unique situation. But you're allowed to do it.
All right.
Oh, so use a cantrip attack instead of whatever other attack you just said.
So, like, you can Misty Step and then Ray of Frost in the same turn. You cannot Fireball and Misty Step in the same turn.
There's a 22 hit.
Yes, it does.
Oh damn.
Are you hitting?
Fuck. I'm hitting the bard.
Oh, you're hitting. Okay, no, you're hitting the bar. That's fine.
What a garbage roll.
It's something.
Not really damage.
And I'll
The more-
healing
the more-
word.
I was gonna say the more important thing is getting Zeusanu up off the ground, because then he doesn't lose his turn next round.
And he comes back with 8 HP.
Gotcha. And does the bard have something happen to him because of the healing or because of the chill touch? Like, does he get disadvantage, or is he slowed, or is there anything like that?
There's definitely
Nope.
extras. Yeah, there certainly is.
No, I don't think so. Let me look at it again.
I think his movement is limited or something like that.
That's Ray of Frost, but I don't know if chill touch does the same.
It says only if it's an undead target. Oh no. It can't regain hit points until the start of its next turn.
There you go. That's useful.
Gotcha.
Very
Okay.
useful.
So no healing for him. Is there anything else you would like to do, Aerith?
No, that's it.
Okay. Zusanu, you are conscious, but we go to Alistair next.
Alistair is going to attack this prick bard in front of me.
Okay.
And hopefully land a hit this time.
You can move before you attack if you would like.
I'm fine here. I don't. Are
You
you
could-
are you are
you-
you saying I could give myself advantage?
Yeah.
All right. In this situation, I will actually do this mechanic.
So the one thing is, you will get an attack of opportunity if you do that
Why? Why?
from
Oh.
Havia.
Retract.
Okay. Okay.
Staying put. We're going for the.
You still
straight
have your
attack.
sneak attack. Yeah.
If I hit, I can't
That
hit
is-
though.
That is a miss.
All right, then I will bonus action, disengage. Go next to Victor here.
I was away for a minute. Did I get HP back?
Yeah, you're
You
back up.
did. And you were back up. You got 8 points of HP back.
Oh damn.
But it may not last for long.
Yeah, we'll see.
So the bard is going to use Shatter once more.
That motherfucker. Why would he do it?
And he is going to use Shatter. So what is this? A 10-foot radius? Yeah, 10-foot radius.
It's gonna hit us all.
Slinky is definitely dead.
Yeah, Slinky is definitely dead. If I put it there, let me think about this. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna hit Javia, and he's okay doing that. So I need a Constitution saving throw from everybody, please.
I think Victor's
Is this
going
like a
down no matter what.
ground-based attack?
Oh,
Is this like a ground-based attack where he puts it down?
I think it's sound based.
Sound based, yeah.
Oh, I
Okay.
mean, well, it can't go through the walls that Volknar is hiding behind.
Actually, now that you say that.
Harry, you better lucky the
Huh.
shit out of this. Lucky.
I just
lucky,
did.
Lucky.
No, it's gonna hurt you, Volknar. I just read
Ugh,
it.
I don't like to hear that.
Nice campaign, boys.
Right? This shatter just took us all out.
Oh, whoa. 7 points of damage? Is anybody still up? I
Oh,
rolled
I'm-
real shit.
Yeah, Alistair's up. I
I'm
have
still
8.
up.
I have 1
Oh, I
HP.
guess
Yeah.
I'm
I
at
have 1
1
HP.
Yeah.
Does a 15 save?
A 15 does save, so
you
you
take
take half
half.
damage.
How
Holy
much do
fuck.
I take?
Oh, so I
I'm
don't
at
even
1.
need
Yeah.
4 damage.
You take 4.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are
I'm
still
alive.
up, Aerith.
Holy fuck. That.
Oh my god.
That literally could have just ended the campaign.
Yeah, oh, if you had rolled better on the damage, that would have been the end of it.
Yeah.
I rolled a 24, 3d8. I got a max damage on it earlier, and now I just got a 2, a 1, and a 4. So they
if
balance
you
out.
if you had rolled a 9, that would have been the end of the campaign.
Aerith would have still been up, actually.
If you had rolled an 11, that would have been the end of the campaign.
Yeah, but even a 9 would have brought down 3 more people.
Yep.
So
I'm pretty sure
let's
there's a
see.
quote, something that's like, it doesn't matter if it's an inch or a mile. A win is a win.
Winning is
Volknar,
winning. That was a
you
great
are
Vin
down.
Diesel.
So wait, Volknar's down, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, he has.
Oh, yeah.
1 HP.
Volknar and Victor down.
Okay,
So I
Volknar's
didn't
down.
even do a saving throw because
Because you have 1 HP.
Right. All right. Victor is down.
damn, me and Victor can't even hold hands.
Yeah, because you ran away.
Yeah. Well, apparently I didn't run far enough.
No.
That would be the bard's full turn. Victor, go ahead and make a death saving throw, please.
Okay. Just roll a d20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. D20.
My goodness.
Yeah, I laid it on real thick on you guys tonight.
Yeah, I can see that.
That is a save.
I know you want your summer back,
Cool.
man, but come on!
That's
So
it.
funny enough, I've played it entirely by the book too. So that's a save for Victor. That brings us to Javia. Gosh, she needs to make. Give me a moment.
Yeah, wasn't
She's
she gonna get hit by the shatter?
She did
Oh,
get
yeah.
hit by the shatter.
Whoa.
Oh,
Bye. Who
She's
knows?
still up. She's still alive.
It's good though. She got damaged.
She will. Gosh, she's gonna attempt to flee. She's gonna disengage, and she's going to run here. Press the button that Manchun pressed to set everything like to lock all the doors and everything. And then she's going to run over here and begin to open this door. And that's actually going to be her full turn, I think.
Do I get an attack of
Yeah,
opportunity?
there's attacks of
She,
opportunity
she,
there.
she disengaged.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she ran by Zeus
Yeah.
and Harry.
Victor
She
would have
diseng-
got. Victor still would have got his attack, but he didn't. He's
He's
done.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on the ground.
Disengage, and then another 20 feet to just beyond Aerith. And actually, she needs to make an acrobatics check for that, I'm going to say.
That bitch. Why would she do that?
And she's able to get around you guys without too much issue, being a halfling and dodging around dead bodies, basically. Zeusanu, what would you like to do?
I am gonna use my action to heal my buddy Victor.
All right.
So 1d6 plus 4. So 1d6 plus 8.
Excuse me.
Oh, max heal. What
Alright.
up? 14 HP coming at you.
14. Nice.
Holy smokes.
And then
Dang.
bonus action, Tentacle, who's just been like chilling there, is gonna pop up right in front of H and blast her in the face.
So it comes out of the door before she can open the door.
13.
That you actually get advantage on it.
Oh shit. 17.
That's a hit.
11 damage.
Dang, Tentacle.
Go ahead and describe your kill.
Oh. So tentacle, as the door is opening up, the tentacle just pops up, lifts its little ray gun, just blasts her right in the face, and her head freezes, and as she falls to the ground, it shatters.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Not harming any of her belongings.
Played as a character would. Is there anything else you can do on your turn?
Not
No?
really. I'm gonna go stand next to Aerith and try to corner this bard at my 1 HP.
Okay. Harry, what would you like to do?
Gonna have to attack. There's only one guy left, huh? The bard.
That's right. And you have two of your allies who can also attack before the bard goes. I'll tell you guys now, he's got another shatter.
Yeah.
Oh
Say
no, he
fuck.
does not. I'm sorry,
oh,
he
he
does
does-
not have another shatter.
Is he out of
Oh,
spell
thank God.
slot?
Just
He
take him
does-
down. Just
He
fucking
has
murder
other
him.
spells, but
Go for damage or restrain him with a rod or something.
Oh yeah, we could use him. Keep him alive for questioning.
Oh, is this a person?
this is a human.
You got all your
what?
charges back.
You got all my charges back?
Yes.
Well, he used up 5 of the 7 charges on the
the
Earth
golem?
Elemental. Yeah.
What? 5 of 7?
Was I asleep for this?
Well, you still got one more hold person charge.
I didn't realize you tried to use it that many times tonight. Holy fuck.
No,
I
he
only
used
used
it.
it
He used it
once.
once, but it burns 5 of 7 charges.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah.
So hold person would burn up the entire rod.
It wouldn't necessarily burn up the entire rod, but it would use all the charges in the rod, and then you would roll the d20, and if you get a 1, that's where it might burn up the rod.
Only if I get a 1.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
It's worth it.
Yeah, I think I would chance that. All right, then let's do that. Let me
You
make
go as
sure.
lucky, you know.
You can use lucky on that, yeah.
Yeah, true. Wand of binding. Let me just make sure it is on. Yeah, 2 charges. Okay. Yeah, hold person.
Okay. I will make the rolls for this bard. And it's a wisdom saving throw. He is paralyzed.
Oh yes,
There it is. GG.
we win.
All right. So, can I please get a death saving throw from Volknar, and then if you guys want, you'd have enough time to go stabilize him.
What do I roll for death saving throw?
Just a d20, just as is, flat.
Yeah, as soon as the guy was paralyzed, I would have run over to go heal Volknar.
2.
Very close to a 1,
Yeah.
which would have actually made things hairy, but you're okay. Zusanu, you can go do this for him. The bard, those of you around him can restrain him, ensure that he cannot hurt you,
Yeah.
attack you at this point. So I'm
Alistair
gonna say
wraps
that
him up with ropes immediately.
cool.
Volknar,
We
you get
can-
10 HP back.
I got
Oh,
manacles if you want to like do that.
I mean, he can cast magic, so we would also gag him.
We will pick it up here next time with this gagged and bound bard. The room covered in blood, dead bodies scattered everywhere. Effectively one of those like insane sort of scenes at the end of the movie where everybody's breathing heavily, looking around. You don't know how all of you are alive after this, considering the events that occurred. So we'll
Yeah.
discuss it next time.
And I loot the wizard.